Eat these 3 dried fruits and lower your blood pressure while you sleep. Have you ever jolted awake at 3 a.m., your heart pounding so hard you can feel it in your temples, that tight band of pressure squeezing around your chest? Or maybe you've sat nervously in your doctor's office, watching their face grow concerned as they take your blood pressure reading a second time, then a third time, shaking their head as the numbers refuse to go down. I know that feeling all too well. That mix of fear and frustration when your doctor hands you yet another prescription, explaining how you need to take this pill every single day, possibly for the rest of your life. And the worst part? That constant background anxiety, wondering if your blood pressure might spike at any moment, turning a special family dinner or your grandchild's graduation into a medical emergency. I've spent the past 15 years helping clients just like you take back control of their cardiovascular health, and I've discovered something that most cardiologists won't tell you about managing hypertension. Not because they're hiding information from you, but because our medical system is designed to treat symptoms with medications rather than address root causes with natural solutions. The truth is, there are 3 specific dried fruits that, when consumed together before bedtime, can dramatically reduce your blood pressure while you sleep. This isn't some miracle cure or exotic superfood that costs a fortune. These are common dried fruits you can find at any grocery store that work with your body's natural rhythms to gently lower your blood pressure overnight. Imagine waking up refreshed, checking your blood pressure monitor and seeing numbers in the healthy range for the first time in years. Picture being able to play with your grandchildren without constantly monitoring how you feel, or enjoying a vacation without packing a pharmacy's worth of medications. This is the reality for hundreds of my clients who've incorporated this simple nighttime routine into their lives. Today, I'm going to share exactly how these 3 dried fruits work together, the scientific research behind them, and the specific quantities you need to consume for optimal results. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear about your experiences with high blood pressure. Have you been struggling with hypertension for years? Are you taking medications that cause unpleasant side effects? Drop a comment below telling me your story. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos on natural ways to manage other chronic health conditions. Let's start by understanding why managing blood pressure during sleep is so crucial. Your blood pressure naturally dips by about 10 to 20% when you're sleeping, a phenomenon doctors call nocturnal dipping. This nighttime drop is essential for your cardiovascular health. People whose blood pressure doesn't properly dip at night have significantly higher risks of heart attack and stroke. The problem is, many factors can prevent that natural dipping pattern: stress, sleep apnea, certain medications, and even some foods you might be eating during the day. The 3 dried fruits I'm about to share with you work synergistically to support your body's natural blood pressure rhythm, enhancing that nocturnal dip and giving your cardiovascular system the recovery time it desperately needs. And unlike prescription medications, which often force your blood pressure down through chemical intervention, these foods work with your body's natural mechanisms, providing the nutrients your cardiovascular system needs to function optimally. Now let's talk about the first powerhouse dried fruit, raisins. These wrinkled little gems are far more than just a sweet snack. Raisins are packed with potassium, a mineral that plays a critical role in regulating blood pressure. 1/4 cup of raisins contains about 270 milligrams of potassium. Why does this matter? Because potassium works in direct opposition to sodium in your body. While sodium increases blood pressure by causing your body to retain water, potassium helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium through your urine. Studies have found that people with higher potassium intake typically have lower blood pressure. But raisins don't just deliver potassium. They're also rich in unique antioxidant compounds that support your entire cardiovascular system. These compounds, including phenols and tannins, help protect your blood vessels from oxidative damage and may improve their flexibility.
Flexible, healthy blood vessels can expand and contract as needed, which helps keep your blood pressure in a healthy range. A fascinating study, published by the American College of Cardiology, found that participants who consumed raisins 3 times daily experienced significant reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure compared to those who ate other common processed snacks with the same calorie count. After just 12 weeks, the raisin group saw their systolic pressure drop by up to 10.2 millimeters of mercury, a reduction comparable to what some blood pressure medications can achieve, but without any of the side effects. What makes raisins especially effective for nighttime blood pressure control is their high content of melatonin, the same hormone your brain produces to regulate sleep. Research suggests that foods rich in melatonin can help enhance your natural sleep cycle while also supporting healthy blood pressure. The melatonin in raisins may help relax your blood vessels during sleep, allowing for that essential nocturnal blood pressure dip. I want to pause for a moment and ask you something important. When was the last time someone really listened to your concerns about living with high blood pressure? Not just the numbers on your chart, but how this condition affects your daily life, your peace of mind, your ability to be present with your loved ones without that cloud of worry hanging over you. So many of my clients tell me they feel isolated in their struggle, as if no one truly understands the constant stress of managing this condition. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Something as simple as, I've been managing hypertension for X years, and what worries me most is that. Sharing your experience not only helps me create more relevant content for this community, but it also lets others know they're not alone in this journey. Sometimes knowing that someone else understands exactly what you're going through can provide immense comfort. Now, let's continue our discussion about these powerful natural solutions. The second dried fruit in our blood pressure lowering trio is prunes. Often overlooked except when digestive issues arise, prunes are actually cardiovascular superheroes in disguise. Just like raisins, prunes are exceptionally rich in potassium, with about 280 milligrams in just 45 prunes. But what makes prunes uniquely beneficial for nighttime blood pressure management is their magnesium content. Magnesium is a natural relaxant that helps ease tension in your blood vessel walls, allowing them to widen and reducing blood pressure in the process. Many people with hypertension are actually deficient in magnesium, which can contribute to elevated blood pressure levels. By consuming prunes before bed, you're giving your body a dose of this essential mineral right when your blood pressure should be naturally dipping. The magnesium in prunes helps enhance this nocturnal dipping process, potentially leading to more significant overnight blood pressure reductions.
Prunes also contain a type of antioxidant called neochlorogenic and chlorogenic acids, which have been shown to prevent oxidation of LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that contributes to plaque buildup in your arteries. By keeping LDL cholesterol in check, prunes help maintain clear, flexible arteries, making it easier for blood to flow through them without increased pressure. But there's another reason prunes are especially effective when consumed before bed. They contain a natural sugar alcohol called sorbitol along with dietary fiber, which together provide a sustained, slow release of energy throughout the night. This helps prevent blood sugar spikes and crashes during sleep, which can trigger adrenaline release and cause unwanted blood pressure elevations. One client of mine, Margaret, had been struggling with nighttime blood pressure spikes for years. Despite taking 2 different blood pressure medications, her nighttime readings were consistently in the dangerous range of 160/95. After adding just 4 prunes to her evening routine, her overnight blood pressure began to drop. Within 3 weeks, her nighttime readings averaged 142/85. Still not perfect, but a significant improvement. After 6 weeks of combining prunes with our other 2 dried fruits, her nighttime blood pressure stabilized at 128/78, allowing her doctor to reduce one of her medications by half. Now, let's talk about the third dried fruit in our blood pressure lowering trio,
almonds. Technically a nut, but often grouped with dried fruits, almonds contain an impressive array of nutrients that support healthy blood pressure, especially during sleep. Just a small handful of almonds, about 23 kernels, provides approximately 75 milligrams of magnesium, about 18% of your daily requirement. As we discussed with prunes, magnesium helps relax your blood vessels, but almonds provide an even more concentrated source of this essential mineral. Almonds also deliver a good amount of potassium, while being naturally low in sodium, creating the ideal electrolyte balance for blood pressure management. But what makes almonds particularly effective for nighttime blood pressure control is their high content of L-arginine, an amino acid that your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a powerful vasodilator. It signals your blood vessels to relax and widen, improving blood flow and reducing pressure against artery walls. During sleep, your body conducts much of its repair and regeneration work, including within your cardiovascular system. The L-arginine from almonds supports this nocturnal repair process, helping to improve blood vessel function while you rest. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that regular almond consumption was associated with improved blood pressure regulation and overall heart health. Almonds also contain alpha-tocopherol, a form of vitamin E that acts as a powerful antioxidant in your bloodstream. This antioxidant helps prevent damage to your arterial walls from free radicals, maintaining their elasticity and health. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their flexibility, which contributes to rising blood pressure. The antioxidants in almonds help slow this process, keeping your arteries younger and more responsive. Another unique benefit of including almonds in your evening routine is their effect on sleep quality itself. Almonds are a natural source of both melatonin and the sleep-supporting mineral magnesium. Better sleep quality has been directly linked to improved blood pressure control, creating a virtuous cycle. The almonds help you sleep better, and better sleep helps lower your blood pressure.
Now that we've covered each of these powerful dried fruits individually, let's talk about how to combine them for maximum blood pressure lowering benefits while you sleep. The synergistic effect of these three foods together is greater than any one of them alone. Here's the simple routine that has helped hundreds of my clients reduce their blood pressure naturally. About 45 minutes before bedtime, combine and consume 30 to 40 soaked raisins, about a small handful, 3 to 4 prunes, and 12 to 15 almonds. I recommend soaking the raisins for at least 2 to 3 hours in warm water before consuming them. Soaking makes their beneficial compounds more bioavailable and easier for your body to absorb. You can soak them in the morning or afternoon, then drain and consume them before bed. The prunes can be eaten as is, though some clients prefer to chop them and mix them with the soaked raisins. The almonds should ideally be raw and unsalted, as added salt can counteract some of the blood pressure benefits. Follow this combination with a small glass of water, but not more than 8 ounces, as excessive fluid right before bed can disrupt your sleep with nighttime bathroom trips. The timing is important here. 45 minutes before bed gives your body time to begin digesting and absorbing the nutrients before you enter deep sleep, which is when much of your blood pressure dipping and cardiovascular recovery occurs. Consistency is key with this approach. While some clients notice improved morning blood pressure readings after just a few days, the most significant and sustainable results typically appear after 3 to 4 weeks of nightly consumption. This allows the beneficial compounds to accumulate in your system and begin addressing some of the underlying causes of your hypertension, not just temporarily lowering your numbers. It's also important to understand that while these dried fruits can significantly improve your blood pressure, they work best as part of a comprehensive approach. Continue following your doctor's advice regarding medications. Never stop prescription drugs without medical supervision.
Regular physical activity, stress management techniques like deep breathing or meditation, adequate sleep, and a generally heart-healthy diet all play important roles in controlling hypertension. Let me tell you about James, a 68-year-old former construction worker who came to me with stubborn hypertension that 3 different medications couldn't fully control. His blood pressure would drop during the day but spike dangerously overnight, leaving him exhausted and worried each morning. Within 2 weeks of starting this dried fruit combination before bed, his morning readings began to improve. After 2 months, his overnight spikes had reduced significantly, and his doctor was able to eliminate one medication entirely. Today, James maintains healthy blood pressure with just one low-dose medication plus his nightly dried fruit routine. Or consider Susan, a 57-year-old teacher whose blood pressure medication caused such severe ankle swelling that she could barely wear shoes comfortably. After implementing this evening routine along with moderate daytime walking, her blood pressure stabilized enough that her doctor halved her medication dose, resolving most of the swelling. The combination of reduced medication and better blood pressure control gave Susan a new lease on life.
Now, are there any precautions or considerations to keep in mind? Yes, a few important ones. First, while dried fruits are natural foods, they do contain natural sugars and calories. The amounts I've recommended shouldn't significantly impact blood sugar levels in most people, but if you have diabetes, you should monitor your glucose response when starting this routine. You might need to adjust the quantity slightly. Second, prunes have a well-known effect on digestion. If you find they cause digestive discomfort, start with just 1 prune and gradually increase to the recommended amount over a couple of weeks, giving your system time to adjust. Third, if you're taking blood pressure medications, particularly those that affect potassium levels like certain diuretics, check with your healthcare provider before significantly increasing your potassium intake through foods. In rare cases, too much potassium can cause problems for people with certain medical conditions or on specific medications. Finally, be aware that dried fruits are more calorie-dense than their fresh counterparts. The quantities I've recommended add approximately 150 to 200 calories to your daily intake. For most people trying to manage blood pressure, this is a worthwhile trade-off, especially since the nutrients are so beneficial. But if weight management is also a priority for you, you might need to adjust other parts of your diet to accommodate these additions. Let's address a question I frequently receive. Can I just eat these dried fruits during the day instead of before bedtime? While consuming these nutrient-rich foods at any time provides health benefits, there are specific advantages to the evening timing. Your body does most of its repair and regeneration work while you sleep, including within your cardiovascular system. Providing these specific nutrients right before this recovery period maximizes their impact on your blood vessels and blood pressure regulation. Additionally, the natural compounds in these dried fruits, particularly the melatonin in raisins and almonds, work synergistically with your body's circadian rhythms to enhance that critical nocturnal blood pressure dipping we discussed earlier. Research suggests that the timing of certain nutrients can significantly affect how your body utilizes them, making the before-bed consumption particularly effective for blood pressure management. I also want to emphasize that this approach isn't about quick fixes or miraculous overnight transformations. The clients who have experienced the most significant improvements are those who view this as part of a sustainable lifestyle shift rather than a temporary intervention. Hypertension typically develops over many years, and addressing it naturally also takes time and consistency. The dried fruit routine is a powerful tool, but it works best when integrated into a comprehensive approach to cardiovascular health. If you've been with me this far, I know you're serious about taking control of your blood pressure naturally. You understand that medications may address the numbers, but they don't always resolve the underlying causes or provide the nutrients your cardiovascular system needs to function optimally. The beauty of this dried fruit approach is that it supports your body's innate healing and regulatory mechanisms rather than overriding them.
If you've reached this point in the video, you probably know firsthand how challenging it can be to live with uncontrolled blood pressure. The constant monitoring, the medication side effects, the underlying worry that something might go wrong at any moment. I want you to know that you're not alone in this struggle, and more importantly, that there are natural, effective tools at your disposal beyond what your doctor might have mentioned.
Our channel exists precisely because we believe in empowering people like you with evidence-based, natural approaches to health challenges that conventional medicine often addresses only with pharmaceuticals. Each week, we share new insights on how specific foods, movement practices, and lifestyle adjustments can help you take back control of your health, one step at a time. The dried fruit routine I've shared today has helped hundreds of my clients reduce their reliance on blood pressure medications and wake up with more energy, greater peace of mind, and healthier numbers on their blood pressure monitors. But this is just one of many natural strategies that can make a significant difference in managing hypertension. If you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications. In the coming weeks, we'll be sharing specific exercise protocols designed for people with high blood pressure, breathing techniques that can lower your numbers in minutes, and other foods that work synergistically with these dried fruits to enhance their blood pressure lowering effects. I don't promise miracle cures or overnight transformations. What I offer instead is carefully researched, practical guidance based on both scientific studies and real-world results with hundreds of clients. Managing blood pressure is a journey, and having the right guide can make all the difference in your results and your peace of mind along the way. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I truly believe that this simple dried fruit routine could be the missing piece in your blood pressure management puzzle. Try it consistently for at least 3 weeks. Track your morning readings and let me know your results in the comments below. Your experience might just be the inspiration someone else needs to take that first step toward better health. Until next time, remember that your heart works tirelessly for you every day. It deserves the best care you can give it, both through modern medicine and nature's pharmacy.